Hi, this is your host Habibur Rahman, and welcome to my show Azure Essential Series. In today's episode, we will talk about Azure Event Grid. We will discover how Event Grid simplifies building event-driven applications by seamlessly routing events from various sources like Azure services, custom apps, and third-party services. We will also learn how to leverage its powerful features, including standardized event schemas, advanced filtering, and secure reliability delivery to destinations such as Azure Functions and Logic apps. Join us to unlock the potential of real time responsiveness and agility in your solution with Azure Event Grid. So, this is the agenda of our today episode. We will talk about Azure Event Grid. Then we will discuss few concepts of Azure Event Grid. Then we will explore how to create Event Grid using Azure Portal. Then we will also check how to publish system events and custom events. Then how to subscribe to these events. And at the end, we will have a QA session. So I'm two-time C Sharp Corner MVP, Microsoft Certified Solution Developer, and lead software developer at Now Software. So first of all, what is Azure Event Grid? Azure Event Grid is a highly scalable, fully managed, published subscriber message distribution service that offers flexible message consumption patterns using the MQTT and HTTP protocols. With Azure Event Grid, you can build data pipelines with device data integrate applications and build event-driven serverless architectures. Event Grid enables clients to publish and subscribe to messages over the MQTT protocols to support Internet of Things solutions. And as you can see that we also have HTTP solution. So through HTTP, Event Grid enables you to build event-driven solutions where a publisher service announces its system state changes to subscriber applications. Event Grid can be configured to send events to subscribers, or subscribers can connect to Event Grid to read events. Event Grid supports Cloud Events 1.0 specification to provide interpretability across systems. So you see, in this diagram, we have two main models. One is MQTT clients, which are basically mobile devices or IoT devices. Then we have HTTP protocol, and by using which we can integrate any partner apps, softwares, or any custom apps or any Azure apps. And then we can publish our events to Azure Event Grid, and we can subscribe with different event handlers to Azure Event Grid topic. For example, we can create event handlers inside Azure services, or we can have a custom webhook, or we can have any app. So this is the basic working of Azure Event Grid. And then we have few key concepts of Azure Event Grid. First of all, we have event. Basically, event is a lightweight notification of a condition or state change. For example, a file being added to Azure Blob Storage can generate an event. And then we have event schemas. Events in Azure Grid follow a standardized schema, often using the cloud events format, which provide consistency in event structure. Then we have event source. The event source is where the event originates. Azure Event Grid supports various Azure services as event sources, such as blob storage, resource groups, and event hubs. Then we have event handlers. Event handler is an endpoint that processes the events. It can be any service that can receive HTTP requests, such as Azure Functions, Logic Apps, Webhooks, and Azure Service Bus. And then we have actions. Event handlers perform various actions based on the events they receive, such as triggering workflows, processing data, or sending notifications. Then we have event subscription, and event subscription is a configuration that tells Event Grid which events to send to which event handler. Basically, it defines the routing between event sources and event handlers. Then we can also apply different filters on the basis of event type and event subject, and we can route our events accordingly. Then we have topic. A topic is a user-defined endpoint in Event Grid where events are sent. Topics can be system topics, which are basically predefined or built-in topics by Azure services, and we have custom topics created by users for their applications as well. Then we have system topics. System topics are basically built-in event sources provided by Azure services. You don't need to create these topics. They are automatically available when you enable event publishing for a service. For example, system topics include events from Azure Blob Storage or Azure Resource Group. Whenever you upload a blob file in site container, so you can publish to that topic, event grid topic. So this is basically pre-built in by Azure services. We have custom topics. Custom topics are user created event sources for custom applications or third party services. They allow you to define your own event publishing endpoint. And custom topics are used when you need to emit events from your application or services not covered by system topics. Then we have advanced filtering option. By using advanced filtering option, this allows us to specify conditions that must be met for events to be delivered to an event handler. Filters can include comparisons on event properties and custom fields. Basically, the main purpose of filtering is it helps to reduce noise by ensuring that only relevant events reach the handler, improving efficiency and reducing processing load. And then we have dead lettering. Dead lettering is a mechanism to handle undeliverable events. So when an event cannot be delivered to an event handler, it can be sent to a dead letter queue for later inspection and troubleshooting. So this feature is very important because it ensures that no events are lost and helps in diagnosing issues with event processing. And the last point we have event grid domains. Event grid domains are a feature that allows you to manage large number of event sources and subscriptions under a single namespace. They are useful for multi-tenant services. So, which means this allows you to simplify domain management and scaling of event-driven architecture across multiple teams and applications. So these are key concept of Azure Event Grid. Then we have pre-built event publisher and handler. So first of all, we have IoT Hub, Blob Storage, resource groups, Azure subscription, event hubs, custom topics, and storage. So all these are basically event publishers. So any of this type of application can publish an event to Azure Event Grid. And in the center, we have Azure Event Grid topic. So basically, this will provide routing and the event subscription. For example, we have Azure Functions, Logic Apps, Azure Automation, webhooks, and event hubs. All these type of services can subscribe to event grid topic, and these event handlers will process the triggered events. So these are a few available event publishers and handlers. And in today episode, basically, we will be using blob storage and we will be using logic apps, which is not mentioned here for event publishing. And then we will subscribe a custom webhook and a logic app for subscribing to this event grid topic. Okay. So let's start this. First of all, we will see how to create Azure storage account. As you see that in the below diagram, this is the model we are going to create. First of all, I will create an Azure storage account, and inside that storage account, I will create a container. So whenever a new blob file will be uploaded on container, I will apply, basically this will publish an event to Azure Event Grid, which is basically a pre-built by Azure, and then I will subscribe to this event grid by using Logic app. So whenever a new blob file is uploaded, this will give me an event, and then I will show you how to create, how to publish custom events, and then how to create a Logic app for subscribing custom event. So let's start this. Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is it. I already have opened my Azure portal. If you don't have any account, you can create a free trial or you can create a student account. So let's start this. First of all, when you will come here on home screen, for creating Azure storage account, you need to click on create a resource, and inside this service, you can select storage and then storage account. So click on create button. A new window will open for creating a storage account. Okay. First of all, I need to set the project detail. First of all, that is subscription. I will select pay as you go and then a resource group. I already have created one resource group, AES, which means Azure Essential Series. So I will be using this one. Then storage account name. So you can specify any unique storage account name. In my case, I will say AES storage demo. Mm. Then there is region option. In my case, I will select East US. You can select any of them. Then we have performance options. First of all, we have standard option, and this option is recommended for most scenarios, general purpose V2 account, and in premium account, we have scenarios that require low latency. As we are doing this just for experiment, so I will use standard, and in redundancy mode, I will select local redundant storage because I don't need any redundancy in my app. So let's click on review and create. It will take few seconds to validate my settings or my options. Okay, now click on create button and Azure will create a new Microsoft storage account for me. It will take few minutes and currently my deployment is in progress. Will take further few minutes. We're waiting for this. Okay, my deployment is complete. Let's go to the resource. Okay, now you can see that the storage account have been created, and if I go to inside containers, so let's create a new container, and this container name can be images. Let's click on create button. So basically, whenever I will upload a new image inside this container, it will trigger a built-in event grid event, and inside Logic app, I will subscribe to that event. So this is my container. Now let's move to the Logic app where we will create a Logic app. Create a new tab and let's open another tab, and inside that we already have opened Azure portal, click on create a resource, and then click on logic app. So this is showing inside popular Azure services. First of all, I need to select my resource group. I will select AES, and inside logic app, I need to specify the name, and I can say that AES logic app. So this name should be unique, and let's specify what is the purpose of this logic app. So this will receive events. I can say that blob created. Okay. So this basically this logic app is used for to trigger an event whenever a new blob is created. And I will select the publish option as a workflow, then region East US. Then I will select plain type as a consumption model. So basically, standard model is best for enterprises levels and serverless application with event-based scaling and network isolation. But for my proof of concept, I will be using consumption model because it's best for entry level and it's also cheaper. So let's click on review plus create. So Microsoft Azure is basically validating my requirement. So let's click on create button to deploy my logic app. Okay, my deployment is in progress. It will take few seconds to deploy. Okay, deployment completed. Let's go to the resource. Okay, now my logic app have been created. First of all, I need to create a workflow. So I will click on open designer, and inside this designer, I will create a workflow. Basically, logics apps are event-based apps. So you have to create a trigger, and these apps work on that specific trigger. So click on add a trigger, and here is the list of all the triggers which are available. So you can see that there are a lot of pre-built triggers available. In my case, I need basically event grid trigger. So I will select that. It will take a little bit time to load more results. Okay, so here it is showing me Azure Event Grid and when a resource event occurs. So I will select this trigger, click on this, and this is going to configure this event trigger. It will take few seconds to load. So basically now we will configure whenever a new blob file is uploaded, this trigger will be called. And after this trigger, we will create an action and that action will publish a custom event to one event grid topic. And then we will route that event to our custom webhook. So this is the workflow that we are going to create. Look like my internet is a little bit messy. That's why it's taking time. We don't have any option other than waiting for it. It's taking too much time. Let's discard this and add it again. Maybe this time it will work fast. Let's see. Still waiting for this. Okay, meanwhile, this is loading. I can create event grid topic. I already have a new tab, and let's click on create a resource. And inside this, I will select event grid topic, and this is available inside Internet of Things, I think so. Um, yeah, click on this create option. This will show me a new blade, Azure blade, where I can specify the option for new event grid topic. So let's check the, okay, still it's waiting. Okay. First of all, I need to select my subscription, that is pay as you go. And after that, I need to select resource group, and resource group is still loading. I have to wait for this. Okay. Now let's select the option. So this option is not showing. Let's refresh this. It will take a little bit time because I have loaded the complete window. Okay, I am back. Okay, first of all, I need to select the resource group. Then I need to specify the topic name. So this topic name must be unique, and I can say that AES, new image topic. So whenever a new image will be published, a new event will be published to this topic, and this topic will route that event. And then we need to select the region. I will select East US, the same region I am using for other services. And if I select on next option, we have networking tab. Here we have different network options. We can make this publicly available or private available. I will select public. Then we have security options. Let's move to the other option. We have advanced option. Here we can select the event schema. I will be using event grid schema. That is fine for me. I don't need any data redundancy type. So I will select regional. Here you can specify the tag if you need any. And Azure is validating my event grid requirement. Okay, validation succeeded. So let's click on create button. Now Azure is basically creating a new event grid topic for me. Meanwhile, I can check the logic apps that I was trying to create. So again, let's go to add designer option. So inside designer option, again select event grid. Okay, let's select this Azure Event Grid topic. Now, first of all, I need to create a connection. And for that, I will select authentication as what type. There are other options available, but I will select what. Then I need to select the tenant ID. In my case, it is default directory, so I will sign in with this. Now, basically, Azure will connect my Logic app with Azure storage account. So currently, this is trying to authenticate. Make sure your pop-up are allowed for Azure so that you can authenticate this. This is the required option. So currently Microsoft is trying to authenticate. It will take few more minutes. Okay. Authentication successful. Now, first of all, I need to select the resource type. Resource type are basically these are all the predefined or built-in event grades topics which are available. So you can see that we have different types of apps. In my case, I need to use it with storage account. So I will select this resource type and then I need to select my subscription. And then at the end, I need to select the resource name. So this is the name of my storage account. So I will select this. Now I need to specify the event type. So basically, I want to specify the event type. I want to apply this trigger only when a new blob is created. So I will write it Microsoft storage dot blob created. So now this will trigger only whenever a new blob is created inside this storage account. So let's click on save button. My workflow have been saved. So currently, if you see run history, there is no history is showing. So let's go to storage account and upload a new blob file inside my images container. So now my logic app should be triggered. Okay, blob uploaded successfully. If I go to my logic app, let's click on refresh. Okay, now you can see that this is showing me run history and this is showing me trigger history. So my logic app was triggered successfully when I uploaded a new file. If I click on this to see the workflow and click on this button, and here I can see the input of my event or the details of my event. If I go to body, you can see that here it is showing me the topic and then it is showing me the filters. So this is the filter that I have applied. And then if I go inside the body of output, here I can see that event details, first of all, event type, then I have the ID of that event, then data, and inside data, these are the details which are published by Azure Blob Storage. So this is telling me that a new image have been uploaded on this URL. So these are the details of my events. Now next option is basically I will create a new action which will publish a custom event to my newly created Azure topic. So let me check the event topic deployment whether that have been completed or not. Let's go to home resource group, click AES. Okay. So now this is the event grid topic that I have created. Now you can see that this event grid topic have been created successfully. So now I will publish a custom event to this Azure grid topic. So let's click on edit button to customize my workflow. Okay, whenever a resource event occurs, so I need to create a new action here. Okay, now I will search publish event grid. It will take few seconds to load, depends on the internet connection. Okay, here is Azure Event Grid Publish. So I will use this section. Click on this. Now it will show me different configurations which I need to set for pushing a new event to that event grid topic. Again, it will take few seconds. Still it's loading. If I go to my Azure Event Grid topic, basically I need to copy two things from here. One is topic endpoint. So basically, anyone can publish event to this event grid topic URL. So I have to copy this, and then I need access keys. So basically, access keys will be used for authorization purpose. So I have to put both settings here inside this publish event configuration. Let's wait to open this configuration. And here are the keys that I will be using. Let's try it again. Maybe this time it will take less time. Now select Azure Event Grid Publish again, and let's see. Okay, it's very poor connection today. That's why we have to again wait for this. Oh, still it is showing me an error. Failed to fetch. Let's try to add again. Okay, now this is loading. First of all, I need to specify the connection name. So you can specify any connection name. And here I need to set the topic endpoint name. And here I will say new image uploaded. This is the connection name. And then I need to specify shared access signature. So I will copy it from here, paste it here, and then click on create new button. Okay. So now the connection have been created. Now I need to specify the body of the event that I want to send. First of all, this is the ID of the event. So I can use GUID here. Click on this function, add. So this will generate a new GUID. And then I need to specify the topic. I can say that new image uploaded event. I can copy the same inside event type, and here I need to specify the event type, and I can say that UTC now add. Okay. So these are the basic details of my event, but I want to pass the event data as well. So here I can do that and select on this button, enter data dynamically, and I want to select data from event data. So click on this. Now, whenever a new blob will created, that will trigger my this Azure Event Grid subscriber, and this event subscriber will publish a new event passing the same data that we have received from the previous event. So let's click on save button. So now it is saving my workflow. Okay, now let's try to upload another image to see whether my event publish is working fine or not. Browse files. So click on upload. File uploaded successfully. If I go to my Logic app, and inside Logic app, if I check the run history, okay, now it is showing me a new history item. And if I click on this, so this is the event when new blob file was uploaded, and then this action is publishing a custom event. So let's see the detail of this custom event. So currently it is loading outputs. Okay. Now if I see the output body, the input body, sorry. So here you can see that first of all the ID that we have generated, then we have subject, new image uploaded event, then we have event type, event time, and then inside data, we have copied the same data that we have received from Azure Blob created event. Okay, so it means our event grid topic is receiving the event successfully. Now let's move to event grid topic to see whether it is receiving the events or not. But currently, as don't we have any event subscription, so we are unable to see this. So first of all, now we need to create a subscriber to this event grid topic. So let's click on event subscription. I need to specify an event. So I will subscribe a custom webhook here, and event schema will be event grid schema. And then inside event type, basically here is the filter which I can apply on event types. If you don't need any filter, you can delete this. But in my case, I will be using this event type, new image uploaded event, so that this subscriber only gets the event of this specific event type. Then I need to specify the endpoint details. So here are all the subscriber which are currently available by Azure. And you can see that we have Azure function, we have event hub, we have service bus queue, we have storage queue and webhook. I will be using webhook. So click on configure and webhook. Uh, I already have opened one website, that is website.site, webhook.site. So this site is basically for testing webhooks. Basically, if you create your own webhook, that should be publicly accessible and deployed on any server. But for this example, we can use that. So let's copy this unique URL, and whenever someone will publish a request to this webhook, it will be showing here. So it is easy for testing purpose. So I will be using this one. So let's copy this unique URL inside my subscriber endpoint. Click on confirm selection and click on create. So now this is deploying event subscription. It will take few seconds to subscribe this custom webhook. Let's wait for this. So when this will be subscribed successfully, I will receive a new event here. So now if I see the event type, this is basically showing me Microsoft Event Grid subscription validation event. So whenever a webhook is subscribed with event grid topic, it sends a validation message, and inside this validation event, you have validation URL. So you have to hit this URL to activate your event subscription for webhook. So if I go to back, here you can see that currently it is showing me provisioning state, which is awaiting manual activation. So when I will hit this URL, so my event subscription should be activated. Now it is showing me webhook successfully validated and as a subscription endpoint. This is just for security purpose so that a wrong person cannot subscribe to this one. So now if I refresh this, okay, now you can see that the provisioning state is succeeding, which means if I publish a new event to my event grid topic, and then this event should be received at this webhook endpoint. So let's go to my storage account, upload a new image. Okay, click on upload. So this will upload a new blob file. Now go to webhook and you see I just received another webhook request and the subject is new image uploaded event and the event type is new image uploaded event. So this is basically published by event grid topic. And if I see the data, this is the same data that we have received from Azure Blob created event. And you can see the URL and other details of this. And here is the URL of the topic from which we are receiving these events. So this was how you can subscribe a webhook. Let's see another scenario where I will subscribe another type of option here. So here I will say storage queue. For example, whenever uh, a new event is received, I want to route that event to storage queue as well, and I will specify the same event type here so that only new image uploaded events are routed. And inside endpoint type, I will select storage queue. So I need to configure the endpoint for this storage queue. I need to select storage account, and this is asking me whether you want to select an existing queue or a new queue. So I will select create new queue, and here I can specify the queue name. I can say that new images. Click on create button, and again click on create button. Microsoft will deploy event subscription against this event grid. It will take few seconds. Okay, now you can see that the provisioning state is succeeded successfully. Okay, if I go back and inside queues, I can see that a new queue have been created, but currently there is no item inside this queue. Okay, so let's upload a new file. Click on upload button, select any image, then click on upload. Okay, a new image have been uploaded. If I see the webhook, you can see that a new request, a new event have been received. which is showing all the details of the event. And if I go to inside storage queue and inside new images queue, okay, here you can see that a new queue item have been added, and this is coming from, if I click on this to see the message body of this and put it inside JSON beautifier, I will be using this. Okay. So here you can see that the same event have been added inside my Azure queue. So here is the subject, which was new image uploaded event. And then we have the topic. So this is the Azure Event Grid topic from which this event is coming. And here is the URL of the image. I don't know whether this is public or private. Let's check this. Oh, this is private, that's why not accessible. But still, you can see that first of all, I created a logic app. This logic app is basically receiving This logic app is basically receiving the events whenever a new blob storage is created. And after that, I am creating a new publish event to my Azure Event Grid. And then on my Azure Event Grid, I have subscribed with two endpoints. One is webhook, which is basically webhook site, and you can see that the events are receiving here, and the other event subscription is with storage queue, and you can see that inside storage queue I am receiving all the events. So this is how you can use event grid in serverless application where your application is working on the basis of event driven architecture. So you can see that or more other options are available here, so you can use any of them. Okay, so let me stop my screen, and okay, so this was how we have created a complete workflow, and inside this diagram you can see on a new blob item uploaded, we have created a trigger which is received by logic app, and then logic app is publishing a custom event to Azure Event Grid, the custom event grid topic that I have created. Then I have subscribed two subscriber with this event grid topic. One was webhook and one was my storage queue. So this was the complete workflow we have covered inside our today episode. So in next episode, basically we will talk about accelerating .NET Core apps with Azure Cache for Radius. So in this episode, basically we will see how to create Azure Cache for Radius, and then how to use that cache inside our ASP.NET Core application for optimizing our application. So thank you so much for being the part of C Shop Corner Islamabad chapter. And if you are interested to watch the previous episodes, you can go to cshopcorner.com/live Azure Essentials. And if you are interested to see the source code of previous episodes, you can access my GitHub account, Habib Developer/Azure Essential series. And thank you so much again for being with us. See you in next episode and have a good day. Bye bye.